everybody. Good evening. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. We're getting ready to go for some GT3 on GT4 carnage here at Snetterton with ARL. About 5 minutes left till free practice is over, and then we'll get on with the brutality. Snetterton, which is probably one of the least enjoyed tracks on ACC. I think there's maybe one or two others that could be argued, but Snetterton is very clunky track in a lot of ways. It's got some weird camber and stuff, but yeah, I so far in this practice going with a race amount of fuel in it. It's not very competitive, so we're getting ready to go into qualifying. About 5 minutes. I don't feel like going back on track. It's not really showing itself to be very beneficial, simply because there's just too much traffic out there. It's not a very it's just shy of a 2-minute lap for GT4s, and it is about and it's about 10 seconds slower or 10 seconds faster for GT3. So looking at like around a minute 57, minute 58 for GT4s, and about a minute 47, minute 48, maybe even a minute 45. At least a minute 48 right now. Nico Prince is at the top. Now, are they practicing with full fuel loads? Who knows? So, but yeah, we're not getting anything. We're not getting anything good. We definitely were quicker in. We got it, but we were doing 1 minute 58. But again, I'm running a full fuel load, so my lap time. You see that almost none of them are valid, just because of traffic. Yeah, between traffic and the full fuel load, it's just wants to push the car right off the track and just not want to steer for just about anything. So yeah, we're just we'll see how it goes. I'm not. I think qualifying will be okay. It's expanded, so we'll go over the particulars on it. So we have a 60-minute race, and we're just finishing our half-hour our pre-practice. So we're going to go into what it was changed from a 10-minute, basically one-shot qualifying, to a 20-minute qualifying. So they shortened the pre-practice and expanded the qualifying, which I'm kind of fine with. I like that a lot more than one shot. The one shot's okay, but depending on the track, especially GT4s, you need a lap or two to get your tires up to temperature because you don't have tire warmers. So I think that benefits the GT4s more, but they don't want any GT3s starting behind GT4s. So you get 10 minutes for a GT3s, and then 10 minutes for a GT4s. So it should be a lot better for that. Then we have a 60-minute race. You have 2 mandatory pit stops. You cannot take any fuel on, but you can swap out your tires. So yes, Snetterton. Yeah, not a fan of this track. It's just weird. I don't know. There's no rhythm to it, I guess. So we're just see what we can see what we can do with it. Yeah. So I'm in the GT4R Camaro, and it's a fun car. I don't think most tracks do not. It doesn't perform particularly well on this track. It's just so understeery. What's up, Chad? Yeah, it's just so understeery that some of these fast turns just don't work with it. I don't know if it's just a thing with the car or what, but in And the lap times that I've seen, it's competitive. I mean, I can get a decent lap. I mean, I was in the 58s, mid 58s, but the like the Aston Martin is a bit quicker. And the Mercedes might be okay. I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna have to really concentrate on this lap to try to get a decent lap, because it's gonna be nuts. So yeah, 48. So yeah, it's about 10 second split between the two classes. So yeah, but yeah, feeling okay with what's going on. So I got 5 minutes flip over. So I might take tires this race. I think this is going to be very high degradation on tires. I haven't been noticed. I haven't looked at that. I know I should pay attention to how much tire wear is going on. I've only used one set of the 6 allowed, so I want to say we're still limited to 6 sets of tires for the weekend. So usually it's 30 minutes. You should only use one set of tires in 30 minutes, and then one set for qualifying. And then if you want to have a set or two, I know where you are doing Suzuka, that's going to be one where you probably are going to swap tires at least once during a race. So, but yeah, the front plow on this car really might benefit from swapping tires out. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I've found a comfortable cockpit point of view for this car, so I'm going with the hood cam or windshield cam. It seems to work. It's very GT7 Gran Turismo-y, but I mean, I know I have good point of views from cockpit in the M4 and the Porsche Cup and a couple other cars, the Ferrari, McLaren. Most of the GT3s I'm pretty comfortable with, but this car, for some reason, I can't find a good one, because it's got such bad sight lines anyway in real life. So here we go. There's qualifying. So we got Rockley's out there, and Seal. There goes Seal's just taking off. I think Rockley's right there. Actually, I think he's on the other side. But yeah, we're gonna have. Let's go to our setup here. Current setup. So we're gonna want to dump a bunch of fuel. Probably just gonna go with like. This is 10 minutes of qualifying. You're probably gonna get 4 laps, so 15's probably plenty. I don't want to run out of fuel. We're gonna go set tire 2. So yeah, deg is pretty substantial. So we used up almost 0.4 of our tires. Yeah, especially on the left side. There's a lot more right turns at this track. So we're gonna go with set 2. Let's see how it goes. We have, who we don't have is it looks like the number 20 car. It's not in here. Yeah, that was in the McLaren from last time. Looks like he decided to not participate. So yeah. Yeah, Rock was having a good race the last time, I believe, and Neil was too, at Silverstone. I probably should have chosen the GT3s. I figured I just want to try something different, and so I went with a car I don't have a lot of time in. I have very little time in this car. I have almost no time in the Alpine, and no time in this one. And the KTM, no time in the KTM either. I don't know that there's only, I don't even know if anybody's even using the KTM. Yeah, nobody's using the KTM. One person using the Audi. I think that's it. Yeah. Hopefully we can get a decent qualifying. I mean, in the lap times I looked at, that I'm pretty decent, so I should be. Hopefully I can get into the 58s, and if that's the case, that should put me at least in the hopefully first 3 rows. It looks like we've got 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6. Looks like it's got 16. I think we had 16, 15 or 16 in practice, so we might have 15 or 16 in the race. I can't qualify until 10 minutes. I gotta wait. The ARL puts out pretty good lobby sizes. The grids are pretty stacked in these races. I mean, you've got people all over the world, but I can't. I can't take off until it is 10 minutes left in qualifying. I can start gridding up at 11 minutes left. So yeah. First 10 minutes for the GT3s, and hopefully they all get a valid time that's faster than all of the GT4s. So, which would be pretty bad if they can't get a good time. So, yeah. So what you want to see is on the Delta, you want to see an orange number below Nico Prince. Everybody needs an orange number behind there. If they don't have a number, that means they didn't put in a valid lap. So if you can't put a valid lap in, that's pretty bad. So yeah, Rock is a second off, 9/10 off. And who else is in here that we would know? There's nobody else in here we would know. Maybe 1 or 2 other. No, I don't think so. There's not a lot of GT7 people that are in our groups, in the DTR. Yeah, it looks like so far. Yeah, so the classes are set up. There's overall, winner podiums for all of the classes, but then they also have they've kind of grouped them into teams. So the Chevy is grouped with Ford as a team, and I want to say Lexus is grouped with the KTM. I think Lamborghini is grouped with the Alpine. I think BMW with BMW, Porsche with Porsche, Aston with Aston, AMG with AMG. So, and that's kind of how that works. I don't know who Audi is grouped with. Audi is grouped with Audi, but I don't think there's anybody using the Group 3, the GT3 Audi. So yeah, so far it looks like Castillo has not gotten a time, and Volpe and Escobedo, these 2 guys have not gotten time, have even left the track yet. 19 on the track. Yeah, 19's on track. It's 31 on the track. 31 is on the track. Has not put a time in the 721. 721 is on the track. So if you have a gray number, I believe that if the little icon going around the track is gray, I believe that means you're not on a valid lap. 28. Yeah, so maybe it's the other way around. These guys just aren't improving their times. So, but yeah, if they can't put a valid time in, man, that's pretty bad, because you can't be starting behind GT4s. Oh, there goes one. One's gonna put a time in. So 19 and 31 need to put times in. They got 3 minutes left. So that's enough for 2 more laps. There's I want to say it's 7 rounds. This is round 2. We had Silverstone yesterday, or Silverstone last Sunday, and I think our next round is Donning. That's not Donington. I think it's Hungaroring. So, that should be okay fun. But so 19 and 31 need to put in times, man, because that's going to be bad. They can't put times in. That 31 just went invalid. They should make them start from the pits. Because the group 4s are going to be bunched, right? I mean, they're going to be bunched. They separate pretty quickly. The group 3, the GT3s take off, and then group 4s stay pretty bunched up. But when you have those GT3s coming through, like we did at Silverstone the last race, that was just murder. But I cannot understand how these guys can't put lap times in. How can you not put a time in? I mean, even a lane time. 31's just sitting in the pits. Why are you sitting in the pits? That's weird. You should be on track, bud. I think if we gave you 10 minutes, I think if you were given 10 minutes to get a time, you should probably be disqualified. you should probably get a. You should be able. You have to start from the pits. Yeah, that's pretty bad. They have 1 minute left. What is he getting in line? Why is the BMW getting in line? That's the 31. So he's just now going on track. He's not gonna be able to get a time. Whatever. That's just asinine. No. It's kind of a dick move. No, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can I kinda wanna just wait. I kinda just wanna wait for everybody to get on track. I don't want to wait for all the GT4s to go on track and slot in behind them.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
This turn is the most problematic turn. Okay.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Are we, It's not a one-shot quali, man.
Yellow flag is at top.
guy.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I have 2 more laps in me.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Session is now.
Not bad, not great. Could have been better. Neil? Yeah, a little bit better, but still not great. I mean, let's look at the see where we were. Yeah, I mean, we actually have another Camaro in here. We had another Camaro. So, what did he get? We have 58. 58.3, so, yeah. Yeah, time table, qualifying, yeah. Not wonderful at all. So we gotta go back to our setup. Put in our 80 liters. Welcome, Nate. Oh, okay, yeah. That's Neil's other account. He's watching me on multiple accounts. So thank you, Neil. Yeah, so 2 pit stops, no fuel, tires optional. If you wreck, you can fix some damage. So that not a bad qualifying. I mean, I think that was just a little off of my personal best here, which is like a 58.6. But again, this car is not known for its agility. It's got a great motor on it. Like Paul Ricard, this thing will probably kill it. Spa, which is one of our races. I think that's Neil. I'll say that's Neil's other yeah, it's a series pusher. So yeah, I think that's Neil's other account. You can always go in and change it. I think. So yeah, yeah, Neil, good qualifying. Neil and Rockley in 4th, Neil in 5th. So hopefully they can stay out of trouble. Neil got a qualifying in this time. He barely made the start last time. So, and I think something happened to Rock at one point in that race. So, but yeah, this is if I was going to race, I would either be in the BMW or the Mercedes or the Aston. The Aston's really good. Look at so you got the Alpine is the sleeper dude, and this guy Ludovic, he is real quick in this car. I think he won the last race. He is really quick, and the Alpine is a sleeper car. It's really good. Surprised there's no Porsches, but the AMG and the Aston Martin are sleepers. The McLaren is pretty quick too. So if I was doing this, I'd probably be in the Aston Martin. Again, like that Alpine, that's another car I don't have a whole heck of a lot of time in. So some people use it and they love it. Like the Ginetta, hate that car. Ginetta's there's a Maserati, but the Maserati is so old it doesn't have ABS or traction control, so that's just a crash fest. So our plan here is to pit on the first lap to get that first pit stop out of the way. Hopefully you don't get any damage and we get some clean track, and we'll probably try to pit somewhere around halfway. I may just take tires because it was so bad the last race. This car was not handling. It was okay until about 15 minutes were left, and then that's where my race fell apart. I was doing pretty good. I was in like in 5th position. I think I was 5th or 6th, and then I made a couple of mistakes, and then those mistakes got even worse. So yeah. So yeah, there's Neil 2. So all right. So yeah, hour race should go by pretty quick. I think they usually do. Before you know it, the race is over. So
30 seconds.
Yeah, we're on drive 4, and I wanted to be on drive 3, but it doesn't matter. I just got to add 2 more sets of tires. So, should be about 27 laps. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that car for the
Going single file.
yeah, full lap. So we got plenty of fuel.
Low tire pressure. Stay away from curbs.
Don't want to use too much fuel. There is ghosting. There's supposed to be somebody broadcasting these races. Team out of Spain, but I don't think they are. Whoa! What in the heck? teleported. There's not a lot of track temp, so we're kind of hosed on that. Side. GT3. Thank you, 31. I'm sure he's gonna go smashing through here again. Okay, just...
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
What are you doing, buddy?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
This is the safety rating destroyer simulator. No, we do not want to change tires. Get away from the carnage.
mandatory stop is not clear. Let's go, 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 go.
Yeah, my safety rating just got obliterated. I don't know if the Camaro was the best choice. Sounds great. I think some of these guys just really think these GT4s are you can't turn and brake like GT3. This means you can't run it in deep late on the brakes like a GT3 car. To adjust that understeer and setting and did a lap time faster than my qualifying time on my first flying lap. That's crazy.
Flag accepted.
The Audi from the first race. Oh, come on, man. Just fucking stop it. Stop it in the turn. God bless.
Car on the left. They on the left.
He's gone.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
God bless. That was the reason why I was staying away from that. I guess more than the center of my car was over the red and white line, I guess. Front left tire's a little. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Be careful of that curb there. It'll bicycle you.
Faster cars approaching.
Hello, viewers. About a quarter of the way in. 15 minutes into this.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Sorry, BMW. I still have to make the turn too.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Faster cars behind you. Watch out. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. There's a slow car, man. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Dude, just passed me.
Car on the
Gosh.
right. Clear on the right.
I saw you, jackass. It's just pretty much a bottleneck. Caused me to get dirty tires and go off track. Well, they just don't care. Alpine's already stopped for both pit stops.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
The Alpine is fast. The guy driving it's good too. But this car is just... gonna suck, but I think we're gonna have to. I think it's gonna have to be tires. It's hoping to go a little longer, but we'll see. This is hopefully have the same pressure and everything. So. It's gonna be tricky with cold tires. Hopefully we can gain some positions back.
Come on, go. Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curves. Faster car behind you.
sloppy.
You know, for the thing is like just like faster car approaching. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. There's a slow car behind. Yellow flag lit. Watch out outside.
So 20 minutes left. I hate that turn. I cannot get that turn right.
Faster car behind you.
31.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Escobedo. Dude, you gotta surrender the turn, man.
Sometimes the car in front is like the
It's like Neil. Come on, Neil, go, go, go. Sorry I hit you, Neil. I really couldn't stop.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Slow car ahead.
With stickier tires. So what did this guy, this Aston has jinxed me. I'm doing exactly all the stuff that he was doing. Oof. Wow. Replay. I'm gonna save the replay. Hopefully we can. Yeah, they can. They can. There's some bad GT3s and there's some bad bad GT4s. I mean, like GT3s and GT4s. But I mean, yeah, there's some when there's lapper in the same class, they seem to think they can fight for their position, which they kind of can't. But I mean, your race is over, bud. You were getting lapped by a same class car. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, P5. That's pretty awesome. Let's return to garage. Timetables race. So the Tazi Swain. Yep. So I was fifth. Weber was he fought like he should. Good Day had a drive-through which gave me that position. Squirrel went with the late pits and it cost him a spot. Amador is usually pretty tough. So yeah. Return garage. Yeah. So timetables. Yeah. Race. So here. So Martin's with Lexus. Lexus is a rocket ship, man. Really, honestly, should kind of be banned because it's a rocket ship. They have negative 25 kilos, so they have less. I have 40 on my car, so I have a buff of 40 kilos less. So it kind of makes up for the fact this car is still so heavy. So yeah, Ludovic. His fast of 56. That's screaming, dude. That's screaming. And we were able to. And then you had Mark Wright. He's pretty quick. Yayo. Adoni. These two guys. I kind of might know this guy and these two. Maybe I don't know their names. You know, these are all their names. There's Rockley. Rockley finished 15th. Yeah, finished 15th. And then I'm fifth, so yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and, sorry I tapped you, Neil. I tried to avoid you, but I kind of couldn't stop. That car just does not want to stop. Rock probably got hit. I mean, you'd have to ask him, but yeah, his yeah. I don't have. I mean, there's always people you can. I mean, we'll go back. As we save the replay, we'll quit. It'll quit. My safety rating took a beating these last two races. My rating is at 91. It was at 96, and it's really based off of your safety rating. Where's my safety's at 95. When I started last week, it was at 98. So, and when you go down a point, it's pretty bad. And I've gone down, like, I was down 4 points. I was down to 94. I just went back up. But all those little contacts at the start of the race, it was just like everybody's just going to door bang you. It's ridiculous. So, consistency took kind of a nick there too. Actually, it might have gone up. But, I mean, still my safety was okay. I mean, really, a lot of the contacts were not my fault. So, yeah, it is. Go back and look at some of the comments because I wasn't. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it is. There's the Delta actually works pretty well. They have a overall, which is why I usually keep it on, so that way you can see where you are, who's ahead of you and who's behind you on track, and where they are on track. You know, I can tell by the color of their name whether they're a lap ahead or a lap behind, and then I can tell what their class are. Now you can go to GT3 only, which wouldn't do me any good, or GT4 only. That would only tell me where I am in the GT4 ranking. So, yeah. Yeah. I was in seventh, but two guys ahead of me. One guy got a drive-through, and another guy got a. He stopped late. He stopped on the last lap, or 2 laps left, he stopped. That was Squirrel. Squirrel stopped, and that, no matter what you do, that's still a lift. You know, you got to go up on the jacks and come down. It's still pit in time, jack up, and then pit out, and restart your engine, all that. That takes time. So he threw away at least 2 positions. So because he was like in 4th, I think, at one point. He might have been in 5th, but then Good Day was ahead of me, and he got out. So I'm really happy with that. That's a good result. But yeah. Yeah, I was getting 7 and 15. Yeah, it switched out. We can go to the results, and well, you can go back. Yeah, it was 5th. It was 5th in the end. So, and that's why I was kind of happy that the leader got ahead of me. Because if for some reason he would have slowed down or spun off the track, I would have had to do a whole nother lap. And Squirrel is fast, and he might have passed the Weber guy that was in the Aston that I fought for a little bit there. He was blocking like crazy. That was pretty bad. So yeah. So I started in, where the heck did I start? I didn't start really well, but finish 5th is pretty good. I think I was the top Camaro, I think. I'd have to go back and rewind the stuff. But yeah, good race. It's a hard track to deal with, and let's see, there's really nothing to watch. We can watch the Russia replay. I want to go to, here we go. So we did Silverstone. That was Snetterton. Our next race is at, Hungaroring, which might be a okay track. I mean, this car eats the curbs, so it might work real well. And then it's a 90-minute race. Round 4 is at 90 minutes at Laguna Seca, so that could be pretty daunting task for this car. But we'll see. And we'll go back and we'll watch the replay. Yeah, so my stats, we'll go down and look at Snetterton real quick, see if it's the microphone that fell over, or Kenny. Kenny got killed and he fell over, so they killed Kenny, and that's what it looks like on the little map. So yeah, I did a 57.7. The previous best lap was a 59.6 in the AMR, so I don't have a lot of good laps here to Cup car, a little bit quicker. So yeah, that's pretty good. I don't like this track, so I don't do a lot of laps there. So 46 is something, I think M4 at 51, so I think it's my best lap. So I don't do a lot there. So let's go back and look at the start. Oh, I want to go there. Gallery. Hopefully it should have saved everything. Yeah, there it is. Snetterton play. Do a quick play of the start. Yeah, I'm going to get one right now, actually, while we wait for this to queue up. I'm going to go grab myself a Modelo, since that's a pretty light beer, and I got to work tomorrow, so. I appreciate everybody for watching. I know last race, for those that watched last race, it was pretty brutal at the end. I kind of threw it away. I think it was the 5th or 6th there, and I threw it away. It was kind of sucky, so, yeah. There's some Modelo. Delicious beer. Beer. Alright. Don't let the beer spill over. Went back to wearing gloves. So this is actually kind of cool. Replay, now that we can do full laps. We go back to camera. Here we do this. Helicopter view, which is really cool. So go lap. Actually, we can go back. So, so we had 2. You're gonna have a stream. What are you gonna what are you doing? What are you playing? Obviously you're gonna be driving. Come on. You're on Twitch, aren't you? Or are you gonna be on the pub channel? I deleted my Twitch. I didn't use it. Yeah, the starts have been kind of a mess. So Alright, so here's the start. Let's go back. Pause. And we gotta toggle the HUD. There we go. Okay, now we can play. So we were 26. So I think we qualified 9th or 10th. So we go for the inside, and it's kind of herky-jerky. So the number 81 was really cost me a lot. And then we also had that M4 GT3 coming through. Tap there. I got a penalty for that, safety rating penalty. And he's going to come in on the other side. I'm trying to give him room, but then I get off in the marbles. Again, cold tires. GT4s have cold tires. Oh, Group 3? Okay, I'll try to check it out. So, a lot of door banging. I think we're actually pretty close. So, a couple cars off. Unsafe rejoined by that GT3 car. Just pulled out right in front of the GT4s. There's two more. GT3's off. So that M4, I went to go back and look at that. So let's go back. I will go back and change the camera here. Do a little up. So let's go back a few seconds. Okay. So where is that? Where is that car? There it is, 287. 287. These are yellow flags. You're not supposed to pass in yellows. So I don't know whether he just missed his brake marker, but then again, I'm just gonna put the pedal to the metal and go. It's pretty bad. Let's change the camera again. Let's go. No, but now we don't want to be with him. We're gonna go back up to us. Wrong way. 14. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, unsafe rejoin by that Group 4. Kind of caught. It don't really cost me anything, but then again, he just plants himself right in there, and then get door banged by that 287, and I get door banged by the 81. Yeah, cold tires. Last race was bad. It was actually pretty decent until the very end. That's where I really just threw everything away. I rolled my car over. I hit one of the curbs on Silverstone's the extended parts. Amador's just like, I'm just gonna just dive bomb. I had to rewind that again. See how bad of a door bang that was. Let's go back. So he's just gonna dive it up in there and just chop me off. So it's pretty bad. I mean, that's the one thing you gotta with this car. It's still fast. It'll still motor you down the straight. So, but it just doesn't handle. Like getting out of turns, it's great. Getting into the turns is terrible. But like I say, I've got no anti-roll bar. I've got here's going into the pits. I think that was the smartest thing for me to do, man. Is just get away from all the carnage. You know, I had a little bit of damage, so I think I had like 8 seconds of damage. So, but not a bad pit stop. You just got to go on the jacks and off the jacks. So, and then that's pretty much it. I think. And then, yeah, I didn't really do anything for quite a few laps. This guy was pretty bad. That black and yellow M4, he was pretty bad. Was not happy with his racecraft. So here we have this yellow AMR. Our Vantage. He was pretty he was pretty spicy. So I think this is where this M4 is just kind of like, I'm just gonna throw it up in there. I was kind of giving him room, but he still. I mean, that wasn't bad. I left him an opening, so I always try to leave an opening for a GT3. So I don't want to slow them down because they'll just slow me down, and these cars are slow enough as it is. So Hungaroring, we'll have to practice on that. The setup's pretty decent, so we'll have to just figure, just use the same setup. It's pretty much the way it is with GT4s. You really just don't do anything. I probably got a safety rating nick for that. So, I mean, I can run this with 0 TC, but I'll crash. It's got so much power. It'll just spin right around. I tried it one time. It was not good. Yeah. So yeah, the first, there's just 1 or 2 turns on this track that I just cannot get right. And if I'm in a GT3, I'm pretty okay. But GT4s there's just no brakes. This long right turn is just terrible for a car that understeers like a boat. It's just. Why am I going in the pit? Oh yeah, so why am I pit? I guess this was my next pit stop. Yeah, that was the next pit stop. So yeah, we just pick up the playback speed. So yeah, we swap tires. There's a lot of animation of guys doing a little pit stop. I like that. I've never seen it from this angle. Never watched them do it before. It's pretty cool. Way more realistic than Gran Turismo. Sorry, Gran Turismo fans. It's just certain things this game does so much better than Gran Turismo. I mean, like rolling starts. It does rolling starts really well. So yeah. That's it. Yeah, I don't really have much more. Do like watching the race back though. Let's see if we can change the camera view. Let's go to this one. This one. This is better. I wish they had the Mustang. The Mustang would have been a good addition. There's no reason why they couldn't have added the Mustang because it was racing in British GT at the time. I think there might have been one in an American GT World Challenge America GT4, but I know that when British GT they didn't have, the only one team was running the Camaro, and that was a French team. They ran 2 of them for a season or so, and then that car was an IMSA, obviously. And then it was, but the Mustang, they run that, and then they ran in British GT. Yeah, but this ran in Europe, GT4 Europe. So very just bad rejoins by most people. But I didn't spin out. I did get hit a lot, but luckily I kept it on the track for the most part. I didn't spin out or crash, which would have been horrible. And there's my 57.7, so that was my best lap. So that was good to be able to get into the 57s. So, all right, thanks, Chad. Yeah, man. Check you later. Congratulations on getting that chase, that gold Mercedes. That's pretty awesome. Like you said, it's glad to know somebody's finding them in the wild versus getting them in a case order. Neil, don't ever apologize. I mean, well, you should apologize if you feel like you did something wrong. So, but Yeah, there's always the car that was involved. There was a GT4 involved in that, and I will probably see it here when I'm doing this replay at some point. But yeah, I just barely hit you. Luckily, I don't think it did much damage. It might have actually righted you a little bit, but yeah, I was fighting with that like dark gray Vantage GT4, and he was blocking me like crazy. I don't think I've come up to that guy yet, but he was blocking real bad. So but yeah, some of these GT3s, man, they just don't have much racecraft when it comes to passing you. Yeah, it's sometimes you know if you as a GT4 driver you do have to drive in your mirror a little bit. The blue flags are okay. This Audi was okay. It was a nice little battle with him in the beginning, but again, it's one of those guys that just jams on the brakes a little too much, maybe. I don't know. So, but there's I think Rockley's going in the pits now. Yeah, he had something going. Something happened to him because he was qualified really well. So you qualified well, Neil. That's really good for you. I think top 5. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the race came back to me at the very end, as we had a couple people with penalties, and the last pit stopper, Augie Squirrel, he threw away a position. There's the Lexus coming around, tried to give him room, and I ended up getting a track. I think I got a track warning for that. It's like, yeah, trying to save my life, but I get a track warning for that. I think there's one other track warning. Yeah, it was that one turn, like a double right, double left, no, double right. There, that turn. I got a track penalty there. Bye, Neil. Have a good day. Just calling me. Oh, the wife. Wife calling me. I have to reply to the text. This cheese. So. Yeah, here's the Aston Martin. Yeah, he was just oh, that was Weber. Was it Weber? Yeah, it was Weber. I had to slow the speed down. Let me change the camera view. Yeah, once I got behind him, he just started brake checking really bad. It was like right here, I think, was the first incident of brake checking. He was just blocking badly. Nah, maybe it's the next lap, maybe. Was here. It starts here where he starts brake. That was a brake check. Maybe I'm just better on the brakes. I don't know. Maybe this car has better brakes. I don't know. Hopefully it does. A big old car. Tried to pin him to the inside. Didn't work. And he gets a gap to me. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Maybe it might have been here. Here, yeah, he just turned in on me. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, the trail braking is a skill some people might not have. But yeah, he just turned in on me there. I was like, I don't feel like I need to turn in any reports or anything, but yeah, it's like, yeah, that's at Rockley, I think there. Yeah, there's this BMW gets between. Now this guy's a lapper. This BMW's a lapped car. I've been having a problem with my wheel since I changed the shifters. When I put it back together, I tend to have to push the buttons a little harder sometimes. That's been causing me a little bit of a problem. So there, I'm back behind him. I swear, I just ran a little too deep. A little too deep there. Too deep there. Too deep everywhere. And I'm sorry about that. There's Neil. And this is where Neil gets his issue. So let's see if we can change the speed. Let's roll the speed back. Okay, so. Alright, so Neil's behind the guy. Neil gets maybe a little too much curb there. Tries to make the inside move. The guy just turns in on him. And I hit Neil. Sorry, Neil. So yeah, he just turned in on you, and I couldn't really do anything else about that, so that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. And if my brake lights even come on, let's see. Let's see if I'm lying. I might be lying. Yeah, I couldn't really go anywhere. Yeah, that's my excuse. Yeah, I couldn't go anywhere. You almost got it again, didn't you? So, I think we passed somebody else, so we're doing pretty good. 21st overall, 20th now. Yeah, that Aston Martin had a rough race. Am I going too slow? Yeah, no. That's just how slow I am. Yeah, these cars look really, really slow when you look at them from this perspective. So now we've got. It looks like it's going in slow motion. I think changing tires definitely helped me, because I don't think I could have defended or been any kind of aggressive without new tires. So. There's Neil again. Try to give a wide line, but then that could cost us on the marbles. but Neil's not being too aggressive, which is, courteous. So yeah, we're watching replay of our last race with ARL at Snetterton. It's kind of playing off of the British GT, so it's the GT3s and GT4s, and this is towards the end of the race. I'm not sure what lap it is. It doesn't tell you what lap it is. I don't have much. I think there's not many laps left, actually. I think there might only be about 3 laps left. I can speed it up again. So, I'm going wide there. And this is where I get infected by the guy behind me, because he was doing that too all race, just running off the track. So I start making mistakes because mentally I'm starting to lose it, because I know that the end of the race is coming, and I think, see, and when you say that, Neil, it makes total sense. It's much easier to pass on the straights, but some of your GT3 compatriots, they don't hold that mantra. They don't like that idea. They're just gonna dive bomb like crazy from forever back. So you're a gentleman driver, so I guess we end up finishing, I think overall we must finish like 18th or 19th. I think we still picked up 2 positions in the last 2 laps. I think they call it, is that crater or bomb crater? Or, it's either crater or bomb. That dip there, it's very unsettling. So now we're up to 20th, and I think we just passed Squirrel. Either Squirrel or Good Day. And then I think we must finish 19th with 4 other GT4s ahead of us. So, yeah. Yeah, it's almost the end of the race. The leader's right back there. I think that's the Bentley straight. I think that's what that's called, Bentley. But interesting to see what the tire wear was, how much was left. So we were still able to do sub 2-minute laps. That last one was 2 minutes, or 1:59, so that's good. We're still putting in decent lap times. So yeah, with the setup, I believe we took out the front sway bar. I think we don't have a front sway bar. We're at 0 on the front sway bar, and I believe we are at 20 on differential preload to try to help it turn. Could probably next play with the brake balance. I think my brake balance, where is it, 52? We could probably go a little further forward, maybe 53 or 4, maybe. We try to help. And then I think the only other thing is to change our brake pads, because I think we could probably run brake pad 1. So there, that's a race win. So 19th, finished 19. So which is good. Yeah, quit replay. Yes. Excuse me about that burp there. All right. Well, that's the that's the race. It was kind of mind-numbing and stressful, but it was good to get it done. Not a favorite track, that's for sure. Hungaroring is pretty fun. It should be fun in this car. So now it's just a matter of getting into practice it. So yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Same time, about 5 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and we will be at Hungaroring. That's our next thing. We may have a stream because there is a GT7, Gran Turismo 7 update coming. This looks like they're going to give us 3 new cars. I believe it's going to be some type of roof Porsche 911, maybe the Tribute, and the Renault. I think Renault Twingo. I don't know what. It's some kind of 80s Econo box, and it looks like the Fang Ultra 7 or something. Oh, I mean Wang Yang, some kind of Chinese EV that we'll never see here in America. So we won't ever get that car here in America. We don't need it. So anyway, all right. Well, we'll see you. Hopefully, anybody that watches in a live stream probably Thursday. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night and enjoy your week. Yep. Bye.